What's up, everyone? Let's do this. Yeah, if you're out there, please let me know that the audio is working fine. Again, please let me know if the audio is working fine. I guess I'll find out. They'll let me know. Alright, let's, welcome to another stream of Disco Elysium. That's the name of the game we're playing. This is the 5th chapter of the 7th episode, which means that we've played about 8 hours so far. I think it's been 8 or 9 hours. And so far we know very little. Our character knows very little. I know very little. The viewers know very little. Everyone just knows very little. It's a very, very unknowledgeable time. Anyway, we're going to get to the bottom of this mystery. The mystery of who killed the guy and why can't I remember anything about it. It's a good mystery. Before we get started here, a couple quick updates. I did not eat a burrito before the stream today. Big update, big news. I think this is the first Thursday stream that we've done where I have not eaten a burrito. Instead, I ate some leftover Chinese food. Thanks for the Kev Brock. In the chat. What up, Alpinus? See those emotes. What else? What else we got for updates? I'm not wearing any pants. Big update. It's pretty warm here in Arizona right now. The thermostat is set to 76, but it is in fact 78 degrees in this room right now. Bulk Finesse says our house is freezing. That may be true where you are, Bulk Finesse, but right here, it is 78 degrees where I'm sitting. Alright, we got some badass. How does the audio sound, Bulky? Can you hear my voice well? Can you hear the game audio? Sounds good. Like to hear it. Let's see. Let's go. Very ominous? Fuck yeah. Alright. So when we last left our hero, what is he wearing? What am I wearing? Alright, so I'm wearing that jacket with a mesh shirt. It looks pretty cool. Let's see if I can get my tie.
This fan has 2 chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
Are we back at the start? It looks like garbage. Yeah, I woke up. It's day 2.
Or has it been consigned there as punishment? You feel
okay, I can't.
This creature is your friend.
I can't grab the tie again because I failed too many times at grabbing the tie. I can't do it. All right. What else we got? Let's go check this out. Let's look at
a mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
Oh my god!
In it, your face adorned with the expression.
So I could dig deep into my mind.
Like the rest of you,
I failed.
It comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Alright, let me put this tool in my hand. How do I do that? I can't do that while I'm in a, This is chain cutters? do it, baby.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face,
Here we go.
adorned. The chain cutters slip
Failed.
out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber.
Never been a plumber. That's a good thing to know. Alright, so I'm going to put this away. I'm going to keep my bag in my hand. That's just smart. Alright, what else can I do with this bed over here? Big red watery eyes.
The bed is still cold from the broken window.
Alright. Hopefully Kim's not out here just waiting for me. Is this him? The music's great. Alright, so there's a whole mess of people here. Oh, there's Kim. Whoa. How you doing, buddy?
Morning.
Morning.
Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
What do you mean, rowdy?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said.
How did he know about the union muscle? Oh, I guess, like, he just has the instinct to want to talk to the union muscle, but he forgot about Garte?
One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
What do you mean, rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here, men who drink beer for breakfast, there's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for said policing. I think it's them.
Okay, well, let's get
That
some
would just
reinforcements.
escalate tensions. In fact, even the death of 2 detectives might not warrant an all-out war.
Beer for
He's not
breakfast.
exaggerating about that mortal danger, just calmly factoring it in.
One more thing before we do.
Let's
We
roll.
don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good.
Okay, bro.
A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first.
They're in
Yeah.
no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide.
Oh,
is fine.
thanks, Streamlabs. Yeah, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's in the chat. But you can find us pinball_pitball on YouTube. Very much appreciate that, Streamlabs. And love the wacky waving inflatable tube bin in the chat.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real?
Do I have 20 real? Yeah, I do. Not
Then
yet.
why are you wasting my time
Oh,
and yours?
I'm gonna kill this guy.
Just a moment.
Oh,
And
just a
there's
moment.
no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
You don't got a phone?
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
The lady is distressed. Perhaps something more upbeat might cheer her up.
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too. The manager was vague about it. To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we
I
may
never
be
know.
delayed.
This old woman
Morel, my
needs to use a
husband,
phone.
and Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
Oh boy.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
You hear that? Someone's missing. There could be foul play afoot. That's right. Now skip the foreplay. Time to dive into the dark. Doing some good will alleviate the hangover. At least you're of use to someone
That's just it. This
So
isn't like
he
him
doesn't
at
go
all.
missing.
He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
Yeah, that bookstore owner who has some like magic happening in her like background.
Cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds.
Yeah, there's a sad lady who
Something
needs a phone.
sweet in it.
They're
Silence.
unrelated.
A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
Yes.
But you have more important things to worry about.
Yes, I kind of do.
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist.
Where's the magic?
He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now.
Yes.
They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday.
Who's Gary?
What could
Gary?
be them? Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that.
Nice. They're in a throuple?
Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life.
Gary!
I doubt it, sweetie. The traps aren't
Traps
big enough
aren't
for
big
humans to get caught
But
in.
for the
them.
insects. Okay.
Find him. This will surely lead to a mystery with that extremely rare.
Are you
Alright,
sure we have time to go chasing after bug hunters just now? I did suggest we play it cool, but I sincerely doubt it.
Yo, fuck
Still,
off,
I
Kim.
suppose it won't hurt to keep an eye out.
This guy
Thank you,
sucks.
officers. Truly, I'll be right here if you come across any sign of Morel.
Alright, let's go through these.
Oh,
Boom.
yes.
Boom.
That's one.
My apologies, man.
It's not a hobby, dear. Searching for such species called cryptids.
Oh, he's a
She's
cryptozoologist.
completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own. You're an enthusiastic idiot, but you're still.
We don't have time for cryptozoology 101.
Oh dear. I'm not sure where to begin. Well, his
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he...
The lieutenant pulls
wild-haired.
out his notebook.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear. We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn by a dating agency, I'm ashamed to say.
Nice.
Hit it off, and
She's skipping over some important parts. Perhaps you'll find out more later.
I hope I've been useful.
Tell me about
Sweetie,
this.
It's fascinating.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It
Cool.
gets its name the Insulindian phasmid.
What?
Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us.
There's a touch of awe.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
It's not made up, officer.
There's a hint of defensiveness to her retort.
It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all. Well, some teenagers making out in the reed saw one. They didn't know what it... Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly. And it... Not at all. Why? Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology. Yes, it can blend in all... Oh, dear. I'm afraid I'm not... Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. I hope you're able to pawn that old trinket.
Oh, I forgot to sell it.
Of course, dear. I just wish I could have done more.
Alright, what's going on here? This looks like some shady business. What's up?
The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence. The man says a couple of sentences in that strange language of his, and then just one word. Sounds quizzical. Then he awaits your answer with his brow up.
Borscht need more vodka?
Ooh, okay.
Okay, so it's vodka that keeps the men happy and in
Nice.
good spirits. Clever move by the...
They just fucking feed them vodka
Of
borscht.
course, vodka. Now that makes a very, very special borscht indeed. Turning it up seems like a dangerous idea, honestly. The place
Yes.
is a powder keg.
What did I need to do with the vodka? Oh. The strikers are eating. Oh, it's keeping them. Okay.
The cook gives you a long, disappointed look, then turns the stove off and seems to wait for you to speak.
Nice.
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
That's funny.
The mention of mañana gets his attention. He smiles and delivers a whole slew of unfamiliar
Wish I
words
could
in the
understand
light
this, bruh.
gesture. They're friends.
They're friends.
He smiles and bangs his ladle again.
Alright. Try this door again.
You see a heavy steel door with the door does not. The cobalt blue surface.
Alright. What do I got here? So many tasks. Alright, I need to prioritize those tasks. Who's this guy? Okay. Alright, let's see what's in my task list. That one. You need the call. Track down your badge. Track down the gun. Get the clothes in the trash. Get some pants. Oh, I can go do that. Some booze. Oh, I need to ask Kuno about the armor. Ask around about tattoos. Capeside apartment building. Okay. Alright, so I need to do some things that are gonna help me out here. Let's see if we can find these bros first. Hey, what's up guys? I got your ball.
We're still waiting for a replacement for the bull you sent sinking.
What
I
is
need a new ball.
this? Are you mocking us? This isn't for pétanque.
Oh, sorry, bro.
Now, no need to get angry again, René. I'm sure the officer tried his best. It's not like there's a...
The best, huh? This isn't even a bull. But fine. I guess you did attempt to right your hooliganism. Consider it forgiven.
Nice. Alright, let's get another thing out of the way here.
It's a Bell McGrave. 4.46 caliber. Breech loading. Revachol made. Good weapon. This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her? I'm not surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. Back in the... As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM-446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is important. Yes. The Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the nights. Not that I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and...
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
She is noble.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she
Nice.
sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday. No one. The bus has been unmanned since last Monday.
No one has been guarding the container yard since.
Yes. It's not
It's not actually an issue.
Look, officer, the container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before, René. Monsieur Claire had that booth.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and
Honor and
PTSD
PTSD.
isn't something a man can live off. A decorated kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now?
Bummer. Fucked up.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, it's a private matter.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man who'd rather die than...
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind you.
It's his heart.
No one.
No one has.
Yes.
Look,
See if I
officer,
can-
the content...
The possibility.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and pity.
Yes, yes, yes.
He is not going to become an entrepreneur.
Let's see.
She-
See if I can do this
The
again.
lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and
She.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie.
Yes, it does. No one.
No one has.
Yes.
Look, officer, the container...
The possibility.
Evrard created this job for René because he... Oh, I didn't mean to imply there's some...
Yes, yes, yes.
He is not going to become an entrepreneur.
Yes, yes. Like I said,
Still, all you...
anything else I can assist you with, officer?
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally.
Capo
And now
type?
we know your capo type.
Oh, we know the capo type. What is it?
Guess.
Cool cop.
No, you're the sorry cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we?
No.
Huge lack of enthusiasm going on in here. Yes, yes. Impotent rage and lamentation. Let's wrap it up?
I'm not sorry.
No, you don't. Come on. You'll be back to saying sorry in 2 minutes. Stop wasting time and begin the repentance.
No, I'm really not sorry.
Oh, you know. Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, liquid shadow cop. But you're too sorry to say those things. So, here we go.
Hold on one sec. There is a baby bird stuck in the tree outside, so I'm gonna go handle that, and I'll be right back. Alright. We've sorted out the situation with the... I'm not sure if it was a baby bird. It flew away. We didn't get to save it. It saved itself. But it's like wing... They're stuck like in a really weird way on this branch. Anyway. Let's get back to business here. This internal monologue of mine is telling me that I am a sorry cop, and...
What? Jealous of the sorry cop? They'll be super, super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual copo type from sorry.
Alright, I'm gonna opt in.
Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info. Or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million.
That'd be cool.
That won't happen.
Yeah, what kind of thoughts am I having right now? This one has 2 hours, 24 minutes left. So, it's weird. This one... Like, these all give me good bonuses. This one gives me +1. This one says -2. This one says -1. And this one is also -1. Alright, well. What is this? Do I have skill points? I do have skill points. Well, I really need to increase my intellect. And I think I can only get that done by increasing my rhetoric. So my next 2 skill points should go there. I guess. I don't know. What's this guy doing?
I have really held up.
Yes, that
René.
Puddin'.
Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day?
How may you be of assistance?
Oh, sweet Jenny.
do not
Jenny.
defy.
His tone lacks its usual intensity, like he doesn't feel he has the right to speak on the matter.
Siva?
We knew her, all right. She was René's first girl back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than
What a
just be happy.
fucking idiot.
And then you stole her from me.
Got him.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had that falling out over the ink you spilled over her pretty yellow dress.
That was perfect timing.
We were just boys then. This was different. You. No point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have...
She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago.
See you, Bulky.
It was a quiet passage, peaceful. René and I were both by her bedside when she
Oh, run out of
Died.
train.
No, you...
departed.
She departed.
Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman I've ever met.
A quick grimace of pain passes over René's features, but he immediately regains control. His face now a dispassionate mask again.
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry.
So just never marry them?
Devin? What are you doing here?
Hey, thanks for the raid. FN13. What's up? Thanks for joining. Where were you streaming tonight? Or whatever This morning, whatever time it is. Hey, thanks for the follow. Am I on followers only, chat? Is that turned on right now? I apologize if it is. I have to turn that off. Let me know. How you all doing? Oops. Let me see. Channel. This is it an affiliate setting? Pretty sure. Oh, you guys let me know. I really appreciate you being here. Alright. So, we're playing some Disco Elysium. I'm talking to Gaston here.
She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married.
This guy's sad.
Heck, technically, we're both still engaged to her.
Both still
Always
engaged.
confused there. Couldn't let us be happy. So Justa with your fancy words and pastries.
Pastries. Thanks for sharing.
Of course, officer.
We have a lot of
Memories
experience
are
in
all
it.
we have left.
What do you know about this dead guy?
I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really. No, officers, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist. You are both good guys. I can see that.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
He means caviar socialists.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything.
Respect?
I'm not even anyone.
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone important in the Union. I just know Evrard.
Ooh, he knows Everett.
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings, not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card. But Evrard keeps me on the payroll.
Keeps him on the payroll.
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. I hate the socialist rabble. But even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
Evrard Claire.
Evrard.
Everyone in Martinez knows the Claire brothers. I taught these boys human studies and history in the gymnasium.
Alright, I think I turned followers only chat off. So, boom. We're here, everyone. We made it. Thanks very much for joining. Alright.
What do you know
Let's keep
about
going
history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it had already moved on. You don't know history.
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath and turns to face the sea.
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Lest we leave riddled with bullet holes. This animosity is ancient.
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words. Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essay.
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple.
What's a caviar
You should be ashamed
socialist?
of yourself.
I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is not really something I involve myself in, officer. Officer, I have a vivid imagination. And
He
like
just writes
I
these
say,
fiction
I have
pieces.
a way with words.
He just fluffs it up.
That is polished.
Of course. Don't sink into anything. Don't sink into any fight. Only sink into your couch.
Only sink into your couch.
I prefer highly adaptable myself. Have a better ring to hit, don't
He
you
does
think?
have a way with words.
Mon Dieu.
Mon Dieu.
No, thank you. I'm sorry, officer, but
The only one.
Suddenly you realize how hungry you are. The last time you ate must have been... God
Don't be a
knows when.
dick, Gaston. There's money for
Believe
everyone.
me, officer. I wish I could help you, but I need this sandwich to...
You can barely hear him. The sweet smell of pickles in harmony with garlic butter and marinated onions.
Fuck
Please.
off! It's mine! Sorry, officer. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it in a bad way. But the sandwich is mine. I'm not gonna share it.
The sandwich is mine. I'm not gonna share it.
When the dissidents come to rape our country, he hides. But try to get a bite of his dear sandwich and he gets claws? We are a special kind of vermin, Gaston.
Nice.
A man so principled about his sandwich calls for a principled approach. Time to get political. This right here is political. Say one of these fascist or communist things or fuck off. Whoa,
Fuck off.
easy there, Goldmouth. He doesn't have to say anything. Re-engage cop mode and bail out, if you like.
All right. Let's hear them, officer.
I'm good. I'm fucking done with that guy. What's this?
The worn and beaten...
We can sit.
Alright, I'm gonna go... You know what? I'm gonna go to the Frites. Oh wait, it's this way. Let's get some tasks done. The fuck out of my way, bro. What does that guy say? Alright, I'm gonna sell some shit.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know a warehouse.
She scrunches.
Fine. For it doesn't have a warehouse. Just a...
Oh, let me sell shit. Oh, is it here?
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the machine. Do you know what you should do with that money, kiddo?
Alright, that's it. That's how I get money, huh? I only got 11 bottles. Oh man. Alright. I'm gonna go talk to Kuno. Oh, who's that? Hey Kuno. We need to talk, bro.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Is it the body? Let me see. Oh, the armor.
The fuck about it? Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. That fucking had one thing majorly wrong with him.
He's a mutant.
He's a fucking mutant.
Mutant.
Do you remember how he looked? Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
So he threw the armor away.
Come on. He's just pretending that he doesn't care because he's too small for the armor.
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
No, he kicked it into the sea.
That shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a
Kuno's
fucking
a
monk.
fucking monk.
You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gate.
You wanna fuck on someone about that armor?
Yeah, cocking boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows.
Cows?
So yeah, he's the one you wanna talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Go to the gate. Ask him yourself.
Yes, this troubadour has it. You can feel it.
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Oh, did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing. This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
You hear the lieutenant hum. He's thinking the kid has amassed quite the vocabulary of law enforcement terms, but he's not going to stick his nose into this.
Me and my partner are wondering, do you guys puff Peter?
Kuno erupts into laughter, pointing his finger at you, then Kim, then back at you. An unfortunate choice of words, the lieutenant from Precinct 57 thinks. He looks at the harbor walls looming overhead. He could use a cigarette right about now.
You're testing.
Get lost.
Ooh, pants. Those are cool pants, but I don't think I can afford them right now.
Kuno doesn't.
Alright, let's go see the troubadour. Yo.
Vigilance
Renee.
There's nothing for you to understand here. It is not her death you are investigating. Revachol fair of 91 in this was the happiest day of my... Absolutely not. I was 20. I won her back.
You were
Dark.
Those days and memories are gone.
The old soldier says nothing, but when his glance quickly runs over Gaston's face, there's an odd look in his eye.
Unfortunately, I don't. In Martinez, cop is a...
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties. But you must agree that nature, in her infinite wisdom, has made men more fit to perform certain... Really, officer. Imagine how gender equality is a very noble, very modern idea. But in real life, primal roles prevail. But I do not wish to discuss this matter further. Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game. No. Why what? Because that's what happens when communards... Fine. What do you want now, then?
Wait, so... Go to the harbor gates, ask the Jollies about the armor. Is this the harbor gates? Okay.
Cocaine.
A superpower. Feel right.
Alright, so...
Unfortunately, in Marticop is a...
He doesn't know about the crime.
If I knew...
This is a man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future.
Yes, I'm an old.
He feels like he has to justify.
Yes, yes.
Alright, so it's not that guy. Is it this guy?
Officer, the mere sight of... Sure, officer.
No.
No.
Alright. What's this?
There are clothes inside.
Don't be shy. These are...
How about some premium save the economy? That sounds off. You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garb.
economical, but also trendy. Look first hand. Buy second hand.
No good. All you can come.
No luck? Why not take another look, officer? Keep supporting the economy. Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Very cool.
See you later, bro.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses.
You like sunglasses?
Stylish shades. These
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super...
Hey.
Oh, very interesting choice, officer.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. Yes, but they also make your soul quiver like...
Wow, officer. You look so cool. And they can be yours for a mere 3 real.
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed in a thorough examination.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
Yeah, I'm not trying to get sunglasses right now. Maybe later. Yeah. Alright, let's go. What's this? Fingerless gloves. Ooh, yeah, let's put those on. Yeah. Yeah, baby. What is this? Disco ass blazer. This is the shirt. Yeah. Ooh, what's that up there? Yeah, take it. Who's this, bro?
Good morning to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock,
Carving
carving
up
up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard. His posture is relaxed. Despite his powerful build and a knife in his hand, this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all.
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershoal.
The words daredevil driver sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then. Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins. Sure thing.
Ooh, I got some salami!
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Nice. That guy's fucking awesome.
Sure thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
How many times can I get salami?
Sure thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Sure thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Why not? That guy's cool. What we got here?
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, a small metal plaque. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the...
Okay.
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. You hear a soft clunk. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. A cold... A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
What is this? What do I got here? All the stuff I got from one day. Alright, what is this? Close the water lock on Wednesday. Alright, can I change my camera at all? No. Oh, there we go. What is this? Better sign down.
A crumpled billboard reading, Samaran butter soaks in the canal. Whatever it is, the boy on the billboard seems very...
Alright, let's see if we can reconstruct what happened here. Wait, visual calculus. Do I have anything that helps with visual calculus?
A crumpled billboard reading, just some tasteless advertising at the bottom of a canal. No use rubbernecking.
Alright. Let's go through this door. Sir, I forgot if I went in here before. I probably did. This is the pawn shop? Yeah, I didn't really go...
Typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table.
700 real.
A bargain? No, it's not. He's trying to sweet-talk you into buying trash.
Hey, I don't know where it came from, but it's not every day you get to buy and sell something so extraordinary. It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
What did he do with it?
The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard indoor plug. The light...
Yes, officer. As you see...
Don't need to know
The
about...
boomboxes on the shelf. Look, one especially catches your eye. This is you. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speak. If police work means playing...
Like a beach party. With sand, and sun, and seagull.
Theoretically, yes. But we don't have time right now. It's generally murder investigation first, then beach party. That is the unofficial RCM motto.
Is the Harman Welsh W2. Made in Vespa. Designed in Seoul. Plays all reel-to-reel format. 2mm, 8mm, 12mm. It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real.
What else can I talk to this guy
Hello,
about?
hello. Let me know if... Sure thing. My apologies.
A needle in a haystack.
Sure, man. Sure. Let me have a look. Somebody's summer dinghy. So, what do you want to know? Price? I can give you $3.20 for it. Sure thing. So, do you want to... Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Is it done?
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment.
Alright, see you later.
Another time, perhaps.
Alright, let's get out of here. I got places to go. Alright, where was I here? What? In those trucks? Or is it over here? Oh, here.
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up? It's like, whatever's going on over at the docks. Anything else? Us lorry drive. Not my thing.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures?
Alright, so that guy's not gonna help me out. This person any less crazy?
Still has her eyes.
Okay.
A lorry stuck in the traffic. The windows are clear.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on...
What's it to you? No, don't think we've met before.
The man has turned his attention elsewhere. He shakes.
We were promised work.
The physically...
Alright. This guy sucks. Talk to this guy.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
There we go.
The little boy had the good on his promise. To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes. I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk Union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part. It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter then.
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe it. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia. Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
All of it? There are junior officers out there, eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing, but okay. Let's find all of it.
It's implied. He finds it unlikely that you will succeed in this.
And Mesqui's epic then, all across Martinez. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you. No problem. If you see that...
He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down people.
Oh, these tasks. Kuno lied to you. Uh-oh. Alright, so I have to get... Kim has to go to sleep. And then I can go get the boots off of Victor's feet. Alright, so I can... let's see... Yeah, I have stuff I can do here. I'll come back here later. Let me go finish up with Kuno. And then I'll go... Ooh, yeah, I'll go talk to her, maybe. Hey, Kuno.
Fuck does Kuno care? So?
You should thank him.
Thank him?
What? Don't be playing Kuno off as a snitch bitch. The oldest trick in the book, people.
Are you snitching, Kuno?
This is some ancient bullshit, people. Kuno would rather take 10 than snitch. Pig's full of shit. Get the fuck out of here.
You found a real nice button to push. Turned the tables on him.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Alright, did I finish? I finished that. Did I? Okay, let's do some. Yeah, I did it. Woo! Finally. Alright, let's go get some, whatever drugs I'm supposed to do with Kuno.
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta Commerce Center.
Flight number 12.
Silence. No one answers your call.
Wait, what is this? Capeside apartment. Is that here? Oops.
This button looks new.
Huh. This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
Can I go in here? What's in here?
This orange machine is dead still. Turning the crank feels it's all gone now. What better to assuage the creep? You slip your finger. If you want to try again, then only the red cable is plugged into the breaker box, while the black one lies neglected on the floor. Only the red somewhere. A machine hums along with the current, happy and contented.
is this?
A few bricks have fallen off.
Oh, right. Alright, so the body is over here.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's
The next stop. Please, I'm on the wrong bus.
On the wrong
Wait
bus.
for the next stop. On the door.
Gotta love it. Gotta love that. Alright, let's go talk to this chick upstairs. Is this the way? How did she get over there? Is there another set of stairs and I just missed it? No? Alright, well. Huh. Alright, let's go fuck with these people.
Let me handle this. Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are?
It's not
This is
disorientated.
Martinez, in case you
She's
forgot.
disoriented.
I advise you not to overstay your welcome. Yes, extremely normal. I'm not a gardener, by the way. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe
Yes.
he does. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have
Kid,
to.
chill, bro.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her. Could this be the Miss Beaufort that Easy Leo mentioned? The one Mr. Everard sent to law school?
Could this be the vote for Easy Leo?
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez,
I saw what you were thinking. You want to say, what are you going to do to me? Don't. Just because it's in your head, doesn't you will not lose out on anything good by not saying it.
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focus.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, you caught her off guard. Push her some more.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You
No.
are here to question these men.
You set the pace and the topic of these conversations here. Establish that.
I represent the union and these men here. Don't make this personal.
A very minor victory.
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems? Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence.
So you were spying on us. And now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. Look, a comedian. Do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
Strange. It's as if people don't believe a cop could be a socialist revolutionary.
All right.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling-height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside. Nothing. Just black tangles like the hair of an old woman. Motionless. The wind in the yard doesn't reach.
All right, let's talk.
This is where you say your bit.
Okay.
He's used to giving orders and having them obeyed immediately. You should not indulge him.
Detective.
Precinct 57's finest scans the room, leaving the speaking to you. He trusts you, maybe against his better judgment, but he does.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
We're looking for Titus Hardy.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that won't.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's
You did just leave him
shit.
there.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them. Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Starting from the right, boot size 44, blonde man, in his 30s, overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right, standard working boots, size 45 or 46, eldest in the room, probably mid-50s. Across at the other table, hobnailed working boots, size 43, gang tattoos, Mesk or Sarah Mauritian, in his late 30s, early 40s. A symmetric burn on his neck, resembling the letters Loss Loss. Has he tried to burn it off? Leave that life behind? And then, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 46, the big dick, wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips, rugby cap, fingerless gloves, and numerous scars, a little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum? On his neck. Forget it. It's not important. Let's call this one the musician. Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing. In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy, boot size 46, deep marks, probably carried the victim over. He alone is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could eat. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy. Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions.
The fuck is with you, fella? What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy Boy, there's 7 of us and we're all here. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy Boy? We ain't hiring.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
This person Glenn wants to hire, he really respects her.
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy Boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. And you're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Container belt, like we use in the harbor? Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him.
As he speaks, his fists contract, going through the pulling motion again, savoring it.
We did this. Together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck. Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic. They're playing to their considerable strength in numbers. Don't talk about arresting them. You'll only bring attention to your inability to do so.
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
You're pretty sure you've had at least 2 years of cop school and many more of active service. Certainly enough to not put up with this backsass. Deliver a knockdown observation.
Look. I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, capo. I'll say it again. We killed him.
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clubbed him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the fuck.
My fucking elbow, copper. Samaran boxing style. Right fucking here. The fucker started coming to our bar, asking for it.
Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not his first time being questioned by the police. This little rat-faced fellow is solid too. Always fidgety, yes, But no change there, him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there. Tomato juice? Just tomato juice? A non-alcoholic tomato juice?
Fat Angus.
A single sentence would wear him out. He can't take the length of the questioning. Keep it going long enough, and he'll crack.
No. Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
And fuck you, too, copper. Picking on Angus like this.
His all-muscle comment wasn't sarcastic. He's genuinely trying to look out for Angus. This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder.
Like what, copper? Huh?
There was a bullet in the dead man's brain. Why was it there if you hanged him?
How the fuck do I know? Anyone could have shot him. Target practice, maybe.
This line of questioning is over. You got the cause of death already? Hanging. If there's any...
This was a good move. Also, notice how Titus doesn't like her much, especially when she's calling the shots.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling. Do you think you could do that?
A trick question. Don't, Titus. Keep addressing him. He wants everyone to know he's in charge.
Who do you fucking think does?
It wasn't a question, dickwad. How fucking stupid are you?
This asshole is worse than... Titus runs the Hardy Boys, genius. That's why we're called the Hardy Boys. Ain't that right, fellas?
I think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
Yes, there are some administrative differences. But on that night, they all acted as one man.
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Seminine written all over him. Ex-Oranese special.
A live grenade.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Oranese goddamn special forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there.
Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation? He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out.
Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is...
No. You're not getting the name.
Despite the stonewalling, you can slip one more question in.
Titus, do not answer. You have been forthcoming enough.
Fuck off, Carl. She's gone through enough without you harassing her too.
What are you talking about? Embarrassment. If someone has been sexually assaulted, we...
What you need is to get the fuck out of my face. I've had enough.
As you can see, these men can only take so much baseless scrutiny.
It won't be for long, she means. It's true. She was the only thing holding him back.
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night.
Known him?
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town.
By the Pines cow, you mean the representative for Wild Pines?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Doesn't remember them. He just forgets. Are you hearing this, Titus?
Ain't no use keeping a stiff catalog in your head. That's for sure.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials.
Rent-a-cop? So that's what this is about. He doesn't see you as his equals.
Okay. Alright. Still need to do all this shit. Is there... How do you get up on the roof? Is it... Surround the building? Alright, let's try to go to the docks. Oh, I can go in there still. That's cool. What's this?
The file cabinet stands steady as ever. Hundreds of and the same material you already went through the drawers.
Alright. Let's go up these stairs. Alright. booth, already went there. Is this the right one?
You're back before the...
Okay, here we go. This is where that guy is.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all.
Wait, actually...
Oh, hey, mister. No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes, wisdom withers if not shared. And old Leo... Oh, you want Mr. Everett? Guys like Mr...
Patience. Deep down you have the mental power.
Oh, Mr. Everett is where he always is.
Alright, let's go. Do you have any skill points? Alright, let's fucking...
Before you is
whoa, look at his
the
face.
man seated behind a large desk. He looks
Hey.
up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you. A typical power play. Wait for him to speak first. Show him you've got a backbone. The one good eye of this man fills you up without even flickering. The other, his lazy eye, is constantly moving like a goldfish in a tank, grotesquely magnified by his +6 glasses. For a moment, you don't know where to look. It is unbearably humid in the trailer. Beads of sweat slide down the man's forehead. Yet, he's unperturbed, holding his own. At first, nothing happens. His face wears a wide and self-satisfied smile. Every now and then, he smacks his big lips. Like a general over his maps, he plots his moves. Judging by the way he's licking his chops, it's going to be...
I am declining to speak first.
So... Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi, how
Dubois.
nice that you found a moment to pay a visit to the Debardairs Union. I'm Everard Clare, head of this little operation here. Please, have a seat.
The folding chair looks like a torture device. Extreme.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from...
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner.
He's trying to throw you off your game with this Dubois nonsense. Don't...
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions. I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume...
Damn, that's a nasty play. He's got you, a titan of volition, in a fork.
Mr. Dubois, I hope time is on your... Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as...
It's nothing. Yes, he's trying to throw you off your game.
Have a good day, Mr...
See if I can...
Mr. Dubois, have a good day.
Alright, gonna make me fucking
Mr. Dubois, excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debardairs Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the...
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain... This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences.
Hey, that's 25 real. That's good money. Think of all the stuff you could.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me?
No.
Cool. I wouldn't go that far. I'm now. I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost...
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun.
Are you all right, Harry? You seem
Harry
anxious.
Dubois.
Don't be. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry. You want to cry? God, you're weak.
Mr. Dubois.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here?
Mr. Dubois. Mr. Dubois. Harry.
While Everard is distracted by your odd behavior, the lieutenant's...
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was...
Okay, enough. We are...
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself... It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch.
Smooth talking? Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least...
Of course. Let us dispatch with the format...
That's what the hanged corpse called you.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you?
I think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is first.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Ooh, big fat folder.
I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now. Ah, this? My friends in your organization gave it to me, Harry.
This translates into, haha, you guys are so corrupt.
I find that very suspicious. May I have a look?
I'm afraid this is meant for Union eyes only, Mr. Kitsuragi. I'm sure you understand. Please continue, Harry.
As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should...
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on. Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you.
Okay.
I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me, but there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines.
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
Does this jiggling ooze think he's going to use you? He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up and...
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitzer. A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you. Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez. Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. Honestly, I didn't want to bring it up, Harry. I heard you have become Measurehead's race pupil. Personally, I'm not big on the whole race thing, but that's okay. It's all right to be a massive racist, Harry. Let me assure you, I'm very glad you're comfortable sharing this with me. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone. Your gun will be found, Harry.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Yes, thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. Now please, let the professionals...
It did not come as a surprise to him. He might actually not be bullshitting.
I don't care about my gun. I love it, Harry. Wish I could be like that, but I can't. I have a responsibility to this community.
The officer is exaggerating. Of course we care about the missing firearm, and we are actively looking for it as well.
The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate, if inevitable.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. I don't know what that means, Harry, but I love it. Don't even tell me what was going on. Alcoholic brew, stronger, stopped it, strike. I'm just gonna let you surprise me, Harry. Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man.
I have a giant novelty check. Okay. This is... Get the fuck out of here. Really? I need a map. Okay, that's not good. What's this? Ooh, there we go. These babies. This half-light. What was the other one? Electric industry. I'll do half-light. Those are cool. Alright.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not... Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because what wasn't an option? Now is not the time to get philosophical, detective.
Alright, nothing more to do here. Which way was that?
A rusting control panel. Crane does not... No screech of metal.
Okay. Onward. No. Alright. What was that key that he gave me for? How am I not done thinking this shit? Why am I still at 12% here? Unlock a new slot. Research. Oh, I've not even been... Oh. Well, alright. So I have to think about using skill points. Let's talk to Measurehead.
The unpromising race pupil return. I am not the first line of defense.
I am the
last. The hardy manlets are on the pay of the company. I answer. Now leave me be. I must luxuriate in the There is nothing. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to. Don't be.
There must be some friction there. He's keeping it well hidden, however.
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline, jam, individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth. Rock and roll. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened. I am a descendant. No.
He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women.
I'm from Couronne. You have heard enough about our...
Alright, I gotta talk to this guy.
So, you've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right, you talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open? Of course, I got you. You don't know anything. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. I knew this man was a commie. And it's a good thing you're doing too. Thanks. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess. I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
He means he's not going to tell you cause he doesn't who he is. Ask him about the Hardy Boys.
Los Ardis? They're an independent militant group. A bit, they're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that.
Is he actually comparing you? Come on. He's just trying to keep the peace. The man whispers a jaunty tune, a coastal breeze.
We're negotiating our share. Aye. All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board.
So this seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page, communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grad.
I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've made it. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman. I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
Okay.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? The old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish. Okay, he's reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt man. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And moralism is the most corrupt of them all.
Not you would like to say. This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
No. I don't. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't. I have nothing against communists, but my own code serves me well. If my code starts failing, a code can fail a man as well as a man can fail a code. See, I am primarily a lazy person. Sure, I've had...
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, that of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions. Loyal. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide, yet it...
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. What a thought. Your dead guy was an enemy combatant. He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts. I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all...
He means a more violent faction could easily take care of such a thing.
Understood. This has been of limited use.
No problem. I wish that...
Alright, see you later. I'll talk to this guy now. About anything else?
Right, two.
Alright, see ya. Can I get anything in this stupid shop? I would love a map. Give me the map. Give me the map.
Is this about the questions again? Wow. I didn't know you worked for the unions. Anything else I can do?
No, you don't work for the union. You blow the whole thing on speed and gin right now. Speed.
A warehouse?
She scrunches up her...
Fine. For it doesn't have a warehouse.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles. A colorful display.
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health.
Oops. Alright, so no fucking... Okay, maybe I can get some cash.
The tear machine stands in your bottles. Do you know what you should do with that?
You know what? I really want a beer, but I'm not going to get any. You know what? I'll have some mead. Okay, what tasks can I get done here?
Damn, that felt good. Your heart's pounding nicely. You should tell people to fuck off more often.
Not as a general rule, but that one was...
That means you should do it whenever you feel like someone's disrespect. That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Who did I teleport out?
Looking for something, Hunt? Come to tell me.
See you later, bitch. Wait. Oh yeah, you know what? We did this. I think I went all the way over. No? Interesting. What's this? Oh, too much stuff. Too much stuff. What is that? What did I get? I thought it was beer. Ooh, a naval coat. What's this over here?
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building. You have no clue. So many walls.
Alright, come back and check out that wall later. Let's see. Let's go in this trash. Just like that. Nice. Got some magnesium. Who's this bitch?
A striking woman leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines.
Oh, there we go.
Harbor. You gentlemen must be from the RCM. Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
What is implied here? That you're a drunk?
Beaton, my maiden name. I'm glad to see you here.
She is unfazed by your rudeness, probably chalking it up to local custom.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode.
There's a trace of irony in his voice.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my...
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
Why, yes I am. Of course there are. We're on an archipelago. How else are you supposed to get around? I mean, we are on Le Caillou, are we not? I haven't seen anyone else drive a souped-up Capri-Kenema motor carriage either.
Actually, that motor carriage has been specially issued to serve as a patrol and pursuit vehicle. It's for crossing long distances in the greater Revachol industrial harbor.
Neither is this. A toy, I mean. It's a machine for crossing long distances in the Bay of Revachol, between the city and the islands.
You need to make this lady admit she's only riding around on this boat because she's rich. Why what? Stop thinking. Take her down. Before you do, it might be pertinent to ask a few more questions. Learn whatever you can about this boat of hers.
The boat? No. It is called
Sloop.
Coeur de Leyte 19 because that's the type of sloop it is.
Sloop.
The word "it" feels strange. Such a beautiful boat deserves a proper name. A breeze ripples through the sails and tugs at your hair. Below, the sleek, fish-like shape of the hull parts the water. Beneath that, a resounding darkness.
It's a pleasure craft, a 19 pacer. It also happens to be rated for Category 1 racing. Though these... Okay. How about Coeur de Leyte 19? Why? Because it was manufactured in Revachol East by a company called Coeur de Leyte, and its hull is 19 paces long. The X something. The X... Very absurd. Thank you for the suggestion. I will stick with the factory name for now, but my sloop, I like it a lot. It's the eel's hips, baby.
I'm enjoying this part of the interview. It has so little to do with the murder we're investigating.
I really do, the lieutenant thinks. Is she thrown off yet? He's looking at the woman, assessing her.
Officer, I assure you I'm a highly qualified pleasure craft operator.
The crowns of her teeth are porcelain, white as the boat's hull as she smiles. Qualified pleasure craft operator.
I just renewed its safety inspection last month, officers. It is completely seaworthy. In fact, it's taken part in not one, but two insulindic regattas. The other time, I would have finished the race were it not for an urgent work matter.
Actually, you don't. The Wayfarer Act specifically denies the RCM the authority to demand anyone's operator license. It's a little-known fact among us law officials. I was just being polite. Even school children know the Wayfarer Act. No need to resort to self-pity, detective.
You need to save face if you want her respect.
Of course.
The woman is silent. The woman, born in the year 3 in the commune of Revachol, smiles at you. Face adorned with frown lines and crow's feet. The photo, she nods and returns the plastic bag to her coat.
Oh my, the E word. You mean to say that it's a symbol of conspicuous consumption? That I'm a member of the ruling class?
Detective, may I remind you that Mrs. Messier is a professional negotiator.
Then what does that say? Does it say docking reserved for residents of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A?
I don't know, does it?
33A? This old proletarian haunt here. As I said, plenty of people drive boats, of all social strata.
Your synapses flash. Yup, that's the stuff.
I assure you, they drove quite the hard bargain for this space. But you're right. I am a bourgeois woman, and this is my long, incredibly lightweight, interminably bourgeois boat.
There is no shame in her voice. A touch of sadness, yes, but no shame.
Good. What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration. Offshore platform. I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than...
$1 billion?
And to think, there are years when the group books losses in the billions. Wildpines employ 72,000 people, all of whom have families that depend on their salaries. They started as an exploration. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo? There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs, the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen.
With your help, hopefully, says her warm tone.
Everything. Right up to, but not including, trade secrets. I believe the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the...
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't even let me into the harbor. There's a 2-meter-20 racist behemoth blocking the gates. Let's say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCN.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator here. I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite...
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike?
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan.
Ludicrous even. It's meant.
Mr. Clare told him to... How did he put it? Fuck off, midget. Gaumont is short of stature, you see. Keep in mind, this is a negotiator.
Sounds like usual aggressive posturing.
There are leaflets everywhere, and banners. Every worker, a member of the board. In its defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board. It's quite simple, you see. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about what, just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group. That may well be. It's not up to me to decide who is king. I'm not sure. Naturally, I assume that was just their opening position. A hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the...
Excuse me.
Here?
From whom did you hear about this?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, call me mañana.
This checks out.
The scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock, come to plead for work where the union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates...
It's implied. She's open to discussing this matter with you at a...
Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal. Yes, Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Evrart does, and it's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues. The Débardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act. Organized labor at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Débardeurs are a crime syndicate.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Débardeurs Union is... Indeed, and a hungry one. Sadly, I'm glad you asked. There was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story. Indeed. The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. The point of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares.
Thank you for your concern, ma'am. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help? You have.
Finally, time to choose sides.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. Corruption.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt verm myself. How could I stop you?
Tell her she'll like you for it.
Did you now? What sort of borscht is he making?
You're right, detective. That whole undertaking was very unimportant. Why did we do it?
Beyond curious. I will choose to interpret that as you turning the alcohol in the strike brew down. For the sake of our professional relationship. And because I don't like the idea of them any more drunk than they already are. What else? Of course, detective. Until then, is quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am. We should have and this is my colleague from Precinct 41, Detective Dubois. I'm afraid Harry doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope...
Oh, and what happened to yours, detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please. Oh dear.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize. But I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial
Let's go. Come on, come on,
She's
come on.
a negotiator.
I will be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to...
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your oar. You can recover your badge.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Wow, you work hard. Oh, yes, you hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh, and people, that's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer. Wasn't easy getting that giant novelty check from Everard. You didn't log that in as a donation either. You don't log any of it. Yeah, you're in the sales business. Sure. And are you rich? Get out of here. You're a pauper. You work harder than anyone. Almost rode yours because of the taxes. Aren't taxes almost non-existent in the Gotham estate that is Revachol? You and I both, but they got 98% of all your money. Here you go, hustler. Fight the righteous fight. Free the people. Keep it real. Keep it street. Keep foaming at the mouth furiously.
Alright, let's talk to Kim.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would. Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman. This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
No. If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, what I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for her information on the lynch. Oh, that would be fantastic, but you could request a new one from the station. I'm sure you will, Detective.
Alright, let's talk to her.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? It's quite straightforward. Some
ingredients:
meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff. Yes.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised.
We're in logistics. It's our yes, but you won't get anything out of Everard and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link. The lorries. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the hub. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout. I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
You'll be indebted to her, in a way, but one step ahead of the Union in another.
We did, on more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-priest.
We know the company has
well, no. This is a limited time opportunity. Thousands of liters of raw ingredients will pour.
Cold breath rushes in from the bay, making its way down the alleyways and pop.
The literage the local producers must get from this terminal alone.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to open a drawbridge for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. How do you think they're financing this strike?
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 precisely.
It sounds like she tried looking into it herself, though she's clearly not the type your typical lorryman would confide in.
The two might even be connected.
Or not. Though, if you have evidence to the contrary, I'm eager to hear it.
As eager as I am to share it, Lieutenant, once the job is done. Yes? Excellent. It may come to... In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance. This reality... Ah, yes. The episode.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well.
We may be here a while then.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first.
We're in Martinez, baby. Martinez is a dish. You would be excused for not knowing about it. I'm not a good ambassador. This place used to be a province. Oh, it's not really a sea. It's the Bay of Revachol. Yes.
Vast, lukewarm, and
Caillou.
it is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her.
Revachol, the great
As if itself.
history detective. The nations of the Occident, in the DeLorean century. They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. By that I mean, we are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean. Oh, we're quite a way off. About 22 kilometers from the...
Silence. The water. There is no recognition. Only the immensity of the... She observes your eyes scanning the horizon. Then breaks the silence. Slowly.
Okay.
This is one thought you need to complete.
Was there something else you wanted to know?
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure might I suggest not asking?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
That is understandable, but...
Indeed. I'm always at your service. These are unimportant times, Detective. For the big time.
The smile of a predator. No doubt what she's got in mind.
All men are predators, dear. The revolution. It's quite easy. Those would be the communists.
She's not glad.
Oh, did they ever?
Yeah,
Yes. Oh, lots of people. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a Yes. Him and tens of the liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, liberals are usually middle class. Some were rich and they didn't win.
We.
To foreign intervention. The coalition. The liberals took everything. The coalition.
There is bitterness.
The moralists, at least not in...
The rulers of Revachol. And also the world. These guys are strong.
This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist. An almost endearingly moralist standpoint. The turn of the century revolution? The revolution began in '02. It wasn't a who. It made people overthrow their governments. Of course not. From Revachol and Grad? Why? You and I...
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar.
No doubt. A city-state divided into free market zones.
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the...
The zone of control is the third modernity. 43 years. The 20s or the 30s? No. It was a market to reality.
From the looks of it, the 50s haven't been much better for the zone.
I've no right. We could have had so much more. Every one of us would question. What would you have done differently? And I asked you.
Here's some wisdom, lady. Say the death thing. The cold runs down your...
I see. A tenth of humanity. The key of history is in the lock. Keep turning at any cost.
The wind stopped.
Capital is past.
Past? That's what De Brever, the leader of Capital, is finished.
Opinions expressed here do not reflect the official position of the RCM.
Yeah, let me, here we go. Oh, I thought this would... Increase all of them. Oh. Map? How about I fucking find a map?
And what is
My position?
understandable? They are what they are, anyway.
Not so fast. Who is she in all this?
Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. That's the man who was killed. Better not tie the fall.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
Where's the reality? Oh yeah.
Of course, detective.
Alright. So I think that's pretty much going to be it for us tonight, folks. Save this right now. And that's it. We are done streaming tonight. Thanks everyone for joining. If you're watching this on YouTube, please give me a follow or a subscription. And if you're not watching, or if you're watching on YouTube, you should follow us on Twitch too. We stream Thursdays at 7 Mountain Standard Time, all the time, and usually Saturday nights for pinball. We'll probably be switching that up soon. Anyway, we'll catch you next time. Thanks for joining, and we'll catch you at our next stream. Bye.